Here we have another implicit differentiation example problem, but this time we're going to take the derivative of a higher order. So what that means is rather than finding y prime, we're going to try to solve for y double prime. So our example problem is x squared plus y to the fourth is going to be equal to 10. And so like in our previous videos, we're going to go ahead and take the derivative with respect to x of all three terms. So we have d dx of x squared, d dx of y to the fourth, and d dx of 10. And we know that the first term we're going to use the power rule, and the second term we're going to use the chain rule, and the third term is a constant, so this will go to 0. After processing the power rule as well as the chain rule, we can go ahead and simplify it to get negative x over 2x cubed for our first derivative. After that, the second part will be to take the derivative with respect to x of our y prime term. So that is how we'll find y double prime. So right here, the first term, this will turn into y double prime, which is what we're ultimately trying to solve. And then we'll take the derivative of the y prime term, which is negative x over 2y cubed. And to evaluate this, we're going to use the quotient rule. So the first part of the quotient rule is f prime, which is negative 1, the derivative of the top term. We're going to leave the bottom term alone. We're going to subtract and then take the bottom or the top term, which is negative x, and we're going to take the derivative of the bottom term. So we'll get 6y squared y prime. All of that will be over g squared, which is 2y cubed squared. We can do a little bit of simplification, and we're left with negative 2y cubed plus 6xy squared y prime, all over 4y to the 6th. And the next portion is we're going to go ahead and back substitute our y prime term with what we solved for earlier. So we can go ahead and simplify a little bit more by factoring out the 2y squared. So that's been factored out and canceled out. And then we're going to plug in the y prime term, which we got earlier, negative x over 2y cubed. And then after a little bit simplification, we are left with our solution, which is the second derivative of y.